Hey, welcome,
Hi.
Jodie. Hello. You're our VA in the spotlight today, so thank you so much for taking part in our little fireside chats that we have. That's what
Thanks.
Mel calls them. Mel calls them fireside chats. I just say it's a chat, right?
Yeah, it's just a
It's a
casual chat.
chat, yeah, which we have. We have quite a few chats. We often catch up, don't we?
Yeah,
So
it's great.
a little bit different. So Jodie, your business is EPS, so EPS Executive Personnel Solutions, actually, if you want to be precise. And you are located pretty in the same region as me. When we talk about Australia, because we do work with people all over Australia, you're fairly close. In fact, you're probably experiencing the same crappy weather that we're
Oh,
experiencing
yes.
today.
Yes. Miserable, wet, windy.
Yeah, pretty much winter, right?
Yeah.
Classic winter day. So I think back to when we did our training, which was probably
Almost a year.
I was going to say a year
11
ago.
months ago. Yeah.
And you did a VA, what we call a VA Reboot Program. So tell us about, I know you were set up. So your business was already set up. So, but we started to work together to kind of get your processes sorted and get you a little bit more on track. So, yeah, if you want to tell people who are listening what brought you to us.
So I had already started the business. I had already had clients and an employee. And then I realized it would be nice to have someone to connect with, or not report to, but just bounce ideas off, and someone that you can go to ask for help. When you're the business owner, you kind of don't realize that there's no manager to ask for help, and you are the manager, and you're the director of IT, you're the director of the website, you're the director of advertising and HR and all the rest. And so I had done some mentoring sessions with someone in the Hunter Valley base, actually in the office facility that I rent from, and they started talking about virtual assistant. And I'd never called myself a virtual assistant. I just knew I was a business manager and did that for other companies remotely. And so when we started talking about VA more, I was like, there's a network out there. There are people. And that's when I found you, who I found super, super helpful. And I love our monthly check-ins, and it just keeps me on track. I love the VA Institute for the training that we did and the ongoing support that I get now.
Yeah, and it's been great watching your journey, because it's sort of, you, like many other VAs, you've done what you've needed to do in order to, I guess, diversify and, dare I say pivot, which is a much bandied about word at the moment, but you've done what you can do to keep your business growing. And unlike a lot of other VAs who come through, whether they've started or not, generally they're sole traders, right? So they don't have employees. So you're in a little bit of a different situation to many of our guys. But you have made it work really, really well, and it's a credit to you and Alex, actually, because you're both amazing at what you do. So tell me about the how you go about getting clients, and what sort of has helped you grow. What sort of strategies have you used that we've worked through? I know we've talked about a lot of stuff over the year, but it worked.
So for me personally, I'm super lucky in that I have a retained client that is a family friend, and so I know that I'm going to get guaranteed hours every week. And from there, I guess proving myself and showing the skill sets and the knowledge and the versatility has opened up doors to other companies that those people know as well. And so at first it was very who I know, or the circles where I was getting my clients, and then started advertising months after I commenced. So whilst I only started the business in July last year, I didn't even open an Instagram account until I think it was September. And so it was then that I realized, put your name out there, which is super daunting. I always feel like cringe at the thought of, you know, putting myself out there for potentially criticism or encouragement, whatever it is. But I find that the people that are coming to me are finding me on Facebook and Instagram. I haven't had to pay for any advertising. I've joined plenty of networks, you know, within Newcastle and the Hunter Valley. So before COVID, Alex and I were going to networking events, whether that's just women in business or other VA circles as well. So definitely putting the name out there at first was daunting, but it's, you know, paying off. That's how people are coming to me now. I don't feel like I have to really advertise, because I enjoy putting things on social media, and as a result, that's bringing the clients to me.
Yeah, and you know, it does come back to that word of mouth thing, doesn't it, really?
Yes.
They're the best.
And the reputation.
Yeah.
And once, you know, people know that you can do it and they're willing to give you a testimonial, and, you know, just having that out there is just, you know, good for new clients to see that these people are the real deal.
Yeah, you've definitely adapted and changed. You know, you've tried things out, and that's one thing I love, is that we go, oh, what about this? And you go, yeah, I'll try that.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. It's like, oh, okay. Won't do
it's all learning. Yeah.
Oh, it is. And it's fun. It actually makes it fun, because you're in your own business because you can do that. You know, well, you are able to make it work for you in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
And so tell me a little bit, you know, at the moment we are talking a lot about the situation around COVID as well. And I hope that maybe in a year's time, if someone picks this up and listens to it, it won't be as, you know, impactful.
We're not talking about this in a year's time.
Yeah, me too. I really hope it goes away. But yeah, tell me how you've sort of adapted during this time, because I know it's been challenging for a lot of people, and you especially, you've got an employee, so there's an extra level there. So tell me about that.
So when COVID first hit, you know, I lost all of my littler clients except for my retained clients. So basically people in events and security guard, real estate and conveyancing. You know, everyone was taking a hit, and so everyone kind of freaked out and was like, I can't afford a VA and I need to work out what's doing with me. And so then as a result, that I didn't freak out as such, but just knew we had to adapt. And so we just went a little bit down on the down low. We worked on the website, we got our policies and procedures up to scratch, and we planned content for advertising so that when things started to pick up again, we knew that we would be in a better position because we could take on new things better than the way we had previously. And, you know, what goes around comes around, and it came back and things are picking up again. We've been able to successfully receive some government assistance, which is a godsend, and we're keeping the economy ticking. We're buying things and people are buying from us, so it's all good.
Yeah. So you basically were able to adapt and you were able to change, and that's because you are in your own business. So there's no, you know, the way you respond is you're able to be quick with your responses, right? So did you find some of the clients that dropped off came back, or are they a new, except for your big client, are they a new stable of clients?
We just had one client that had dropped off come back. We've had interest from another one. They are setting things up again for themselves. So we're in talks, but we've also gained new clients that, you know, hadn't been with us previously, that needed once-off projects for HR support. That I still love doing HR, and it's my favorite pastime. So those sorts of clients coming on have given us a refresh of skills as well. So yeah, it's good to.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to be able to roll with the punches, but also to enjoy the ride, because you should be, you know, you're in your own business. You should be able to enjoy what you're doing.
There's a lot of pressure that comes with having your own business. And I don't think that a lot of people that, you know, start out to be a VA realize it's not just you doing admin by yourself for another company. Like, you have to do everything within your business. And that's the stressful part behind the scenes, that you're not billing hours for, that, you know, you're staying up till midnight to get things done for your own business, because you have to work on your own business to be able to gain other people's business as well.
Yeah, which is what, you know, I know we worked a lot on that stuff with you as well to help you navigate that little bit. But, you know, by and large, you guys were pretty well up and running. And I know you've made some changes to your website, which is normal. We see that often happen as people go down the path. They go, okay, I can see that I need to adapt that and change that a little bit. And, you know, we've talked about other things that you can do to help people out, especially now during the trying times that businesses are going through. And that's given you other avenues, I guess, to pursue, which has been really interesting. It's actually been a really interesting journey for all of us, I think, in respect of, we didn't know what was going to happen. We certainly had no idea when we did our training together last year. And to think that, wow, you know, it's a great accomplishment that you've this far down the track, and you've got some great clients, and you'll get more, right?
Yes.
So, you know, that's the thing, is always keeping that positive mindset. The rain's starting to really hammer now. So if you had anyone come up to you and say to you, hey Jodie, what's your advice to me? I'm looking at getting started. What would be your biggest tip? I reckon, like, even if it's a couple of things, what would you say to someone looking to get started?
I think that they would need to look at inside themselves to see, are they business owner material? Like, there's certain personality types or people that are just better managed as an employee, as opposed to being their own boss and having the ability to run free. But if anyone is, you know, looking to become a VA, I think that having a network such as the VA Institute is important, because you feel accountable for something. You're also having the training that you wouldn't otherwise know. I've personally been a business manager for other businesses in the past as an employee, so I know what it's like to have the startup requirements, talking to an accountant, where to get an ABN and all of that. But, you know, when we chatted and I'd already established all of that, I was really, you know, I guess confused. No, not confused. I should have come to you first, is what I'm trying to say. But I was, it was great that there's someone like yourself out there that can help people. So yeah, I would refer people to you, but also tell people to work out whether they can make it. There's more than just involved than just starting a business.
It's more
writing some documents for someone.
It's more than just being able to type, which is what we often say. And I remember with you, what we did was just drew a line in the sand and said, okay, you've got to this point, let's just redefine everything and move forward from there. And it's, you know, it's definitely been a great journey.
Oh, I didn't even have an onboarding procedure. I was just like winging it. I was like, oh yeah, another client, I can take you on. I hadn't even heard of My Hours. Now I love My Hours. I use Asana, I use Trello boards. Like, there's all this software out there that, you know, I could have investigated myself and eventually came by it. But the books that you provided it was all written there. So that's as time saver. So that's good.
And watch out well, because I'm in the middle of the third book, which is going to supersede all those. Yeah. So you can't keep me down. Anyway, so look, I really appreciate your time, and I know you're busy, Jodie, but yeah, thank you so much for providing a little bit of inspiration to others out there who are looking to get set up, because or just who need a little bit of a positive
and it's a crazy time to even think about, you know, starting something new, but it's never going to be an easy time. You might not have COVID, you know, over your head, but there's always something, whether there's something going on in your personal life, or whether you're just not sure whether to take the plunge. Like, there's always going to be something potentially holding you back. So if you've been thinking about it, just go for it.
Yeah. You just go for it, because you get the support eventually, right? You know, you get, as long as you've got a team behind you. I think, you know, that's the greatest thing, and it's the most fulfilling thing for us, is to watch people's journeys unfold. And, you know, it's great now because we're in a position where, you know, 3 years down the track, we're seeing a lot of success stories. You know, and some people are quicker to rise than others, but by and large, for everyone who's kept going, they've actually got a level of success, and that's really encouraging to me to see, you know, people kicking goals, which is that's all we want, and we're able to.
You've always got to continuously kick goals. Like the smallest goal that, not a small, it was a kind of a good sized goal that we had last year was, all right, in 2020, we're going to get a window with, an office with a window. And yeah, we've relocated and that was a big day and things have had to readjust, but we have a window now. We can see what the world's outside.
Hallelujah.
So like the long-term goal for me is to grow again. Yes, it's me, and now I've got an employee and I'd like to hire another employee. Let's get bigger again. So we might get a sliding door that's a window next.
Big plans. No, that's great. All right, Jodie. Well, look, thanks so much for your time. And like I've done with everybody, I'll pop your website details on the front of this interview. And, you know, anyone who wants to reach out to Jodie, just go to the website and you'll be able to get in touch with her there. And I'm sure she's...
Find us on Instagram. We are EPS Office.
Okay. EPS Office on Instagram. But I'm sure you've got those links on your website as well, don't you? Oh, cool. Yay. Yay. All right. Well, have a great week, Jodie. It's lovely to chat. Oh, and lovely as always to chat with you. Say hi to Alex. I think she's not feeling well, but I hope she feels better soon. And we will talk to you very soon.